Hi and welcome to Hobby Motor and welcome to part 2 of this 30-year-old Klippo lawnmower or push mower. Last time we got the engine running, runs pretty good actually. This time, just short, we are the wheel bearings. They're capped. There's a cap missing here, but there's a cap like this, and in order for me to be able to grease those bearings, we need to take off this cap. So, as you can, I don't know if you can hear it, but they do sound a little. They do sound a little funny, but it has, this mower has this baffle or skirt that whenever you try, there you go. It binds up here when you put this down here. So, but I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but they don't sound too well, and they do need some lubrication. So we're going to do that. First of all, let me show you how to take this cap off. It's a one-time deal, meaning that when you take it off, you can't put it back in. You'll see here in a second why. I'm just using a small sharp chisel and try to see if I can make a dent in it. See if it'll pop out. Let me get a screwdriver. There we go. And it's the only way that I know of that you can remove these, and I haven't had luck with trying to use a screwdriver. I usually ruin a screwdriver when I try to take them out, so the chisel way is a good way. Let me get some something for cleaning these bearings, and then we'll apply some new grease to them. What I'm using as a cleaner here is simply WD-40, but it's to get any sand or grit or dirt or dust or whatever there might have gotten into the bearing. There we go. Making a mess. Let me get some more paper. And we're going to give it a shot of air. I'm right behind you here. There we go. There we go. Let's see, I'm going to use a good wheel bearing grease, and I have one of these small grease guns. It's Shell Gatus, I think in the States it's called Elvina. Comes in different types, and I just use, I think it's called S3 over here. I don't know the American name for this particular grease, but we're just gonna make it work its way in to the bearing. And then I'm going to overfill it a little bit, like that. Because when we take the new cap, it comes in packages of 4. But just I think I have one left over here from a different project or another project. Here's the new cap, and there's some air, some space here between the cap and the bearing. That's why I put in some extra lubricant. let's see if we can do this right. You'd sort of place the cap, and then you simply just whack it. And what you're aiming for is to make a small dent right in the center, and it's in there. This one's still a little noisy, but hey, lawnmower, right? This one here did have its cap on, so all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna apply some fresh grease. Like that. See if I can get this opened. And the procedure is the same. There we go. Sealed in. Let me do that on the other side. It's the same way, same approach. Then we're gonna have a look at the blade after that. I actually made a mistake when I did this one, because I forgot that they are double bearinged. There's an outer bearing and an inner bearing, so we only got to lubricate the outer bearing. There's a locking clamp, or I can't remember the name. Come on, do I need some light? Excuse me. Here we go. Let's see, what do we have here? There you are, and there. Strange. There we go. It's under a little bit of tension. There's a spring behind this. Just tap this lightly. There we go. See, here's that skirt thing, and then there's a spring there that sort of keeps everything together. But behind here we have our second bearing. Usually this is just covered, yeah, it's just covered with, it's a sort of a fiber washer. I thought to begin with that it was the bearing cover, but there's no bearing cover here, there's only this. And let me wash this out with some more WD-40, and we'll re-grease that and check that we got this one too, because this one is crunchy, this one is fairly silent. Let me wash this out and we'll re-grease it. Okay, I got this washed out, or cleaned, and then we'll just apply some more grease. It actually doesn't take much for a bearing like this. Yeah, it's already taken it. Nice. So, we got this here. Oops, sorry. It goes like this, sorry. Let me, hold on. It goes on like this, and there's a metal washer on the back of it. So when we're going to put this back on, we have to take care of that little spring that keeps the whole wheel under tension. And I use one of these vice grip oil filter pliers. They work well for me. So let's go over here, see if we can get that going. Alrighty. We're going to put that in, and we're going to put our spring in. We're going to put our wheel in there, and then the trick is to try and see if we can catch something here, maybe. Not easy, not easy. There we go. If it'll go that far. Just kind of want to lock it. Nope, it's not having it. Why is it not? There we go. There we go. A little more tension on this here. There we go. Now it popped in, so we can get our little lock ring here put back in place. There we go. There you go. Yep. Let's release pressure on this. Runs still a little rumbly, but hey, lawnmower, right? It's not crunchy as it was before. It's only rumbly, so rumbly must be better than crunchy. There was the extra grease, and let's hope this goes well, because this is actually my final cap, since I had to take the new one in I just put in because I forgot about the bearing. So let's hope this will seat itself right. There we go. Rumbly, not crunchy. Alrighty, let me do a quick cleanup, and then we'll have a look at the blade. Okay, let's see if we can get this out. Okay, more horsepower. Yep, there we go. So you can see these blades on Klippos, they are strangely configured. It has these, I don't know what they are, but it has something to do with the mulching ability of the blade. But have a look at this. It's like it's sharpened on this side. So, but you don't want those to hit the ground, and it is weird. Luckily, they have. Oh, and this is another thing. It's a safety feature. It's a friction disc, fiber friction disc, and these go really hard over time, and then they stop working, and sometimes they crack and your blade actually comes loose. So it's always a good idea to change these friction discs when you replace the blade. Let me see what I got for blade. I got a brand new one for Klippo. They're still a bit weird because it's the mulching thing. These generate an enormous amount of lift and lift, so that the grass clippings are thrown around inside. And these are the new styles. These are older styles. So, but let me go see if I have a fiber disc that fits. I'm just gonna first of all do a quick clean. Hold on, got something stuck there. I think it's old fiber disc. There we go. And new fiber disc looks slightly different, but does exactly the same. It's like one of these, and it fits over here nicely. There's the blade hub has like a little protrusion here. And that's fairly unique for Klippos, because the blade will sort of only fit these. If you put a blade on that does not have that, it's not a boss, it's sort of like a raised part of the blade adapter, it won't work. I've tried it many times, and it won't work. It's a funny thing with Klippos. So it sits here, but between the blade and the blade boss, or the blade adapter, you have this friction disc. And then comes the bolt. Let's see if we can do this. There we go. Give me back my... Come on. I think this bolt is slightly worn. Persuasion. What do you know? There we go. It's a 14 mil, and I don't know why on these clippers they do that. Let's just check we have the right rotation. We do. This is the rotation. This is the leading edge, and this is also a cutting edge, but it's also the one that generates the lift. But let's do a full rotation. Make sure we don't hit anything. We're not. I think we're fairly good to go. Yep. There we go. We only have one more thing to attend to before we can call it done, or we can clean it and call it done. That is one of these. I saw one of these rubber anti-vibration thingies. One of them had a crack. Yeah, it's this one. Let's get this loosened and let's get this replaced. Phillips number 3. And more torque. Hold on, let me get another tool. Let's see if the impact will do it. Absolutely not. It's not having it. Okay. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Hold on. Okay, let's see if this one will do it. I don't think it's having it. That is strange. How can it be so tight? A couple of more whacks. We'll see what happens. Nothing. All right. Final tool. Hold on. Okay. I don't know if you know about this tool. It's it goes into your air chisel, and you put a wrench on it. And while you're hammering at the stock bolt like this one, so this is gonna look a little jury-rigged, but we're gonna end up with something that hopefully will break this loose. Let's see what happens here. I think I need to break the cart or the lift table. My Pender lift. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Bingo. Success. There you go. That thing was in there tight. Oh, look at all the corrosion. Might be a reason for it. And this one here. It's pretty okay. Slightly longer bolt. And here comes that piece of rubber that, as you can see here, it has separated. So I don't have a new one. I have a new used one. sure it looks any better, but at least it doesn't have that crack in it. Let's see here. There. There's a washer there. There we go. Let's just give these bolts some lube. There you go. Let's see if we can get this to fit in here. And the other one up here. They have to be in there fairly tight. There we go. There. Alrighty. That was it. Let me get a new spark plug for this and a new air filter, and we'll get that installed. Okay, let's get this old spark plug out of here. Even though it did start pretty well on it. In goes a brand new Briggs & Stratton spark plug. I think it's a Champion as well. I'm not quite sure. I think it is. There you go. And then come on over here. There we go. Air filter. May have to take that back out when I wash this thing, but for now I kind of just wanted to get it to run and get up to operating temperature and then get the oil changed. There we go. Oh, we need a 5/16. There we go. Alrighty. I think she is fairly good to go. Let me get her down on the ground and we get her started. I'll put her outside and get her started, and take her back in when she's really warm, and we'll do a let's see here if we have, do we have access to, oh yes we do, we have access to the oil drain fill plug. Not fill plug, drain plug. It's only a drain plug. Underneath, we'll do this one the old school way. Just because I don't know how long this has been sitting, and I don't know how well maintained it has been in the past. So I want to make sure I get every drop of oil out of it. Let me get this one outside, get it warmed up, and I'll switch you guys back on when you get ready to drain the oil. Well, I did say I wanted to change the oil old school by taking out the drain plug at the bottom, but it's not having it. I mean, I put an adjustable wrench on it and it was not having it. So apparently she is putting a bit of a fight here. So we're going to use the vacuum operated oil removal device. So it's going to be slightly noisy. I hope you don't mind. So if you've got earphones on, now is a good time to turn down the volume. Let's see, here we go. lot of noise. Alright, noise went away, and so did the oil remover. We're gonna treat her to first about a good half liter of SAE 30 weight motor oil. Where are we? We're there. Should be there. Just take a look where we are. Right on the money. Just a smidge over max. Perfect. There we go. I'm probably going to end the story about this lawnmower. There's a couple of things I want to do to it. I want to clean it. I want to wash it. I'm still debating on whether to paint this lower half of the handle, because it is kind of rusty and ugly. I want to paint the exhaust box or muffler. It's called the muffler. I want to paint the muffler because it's really rusty and old, and then of course shine it up with some, I don't know, silicone product or something to make it look pretty. So what I'm gonna decide on how to do that, and once that's done, I'll give you a final view of it when it's really done and it's been beautified. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. See you when this one is spick and span and ready for sale. Okay, I got some more work done on the Klippo. I painted the muffler and the brackets and all the stuff behind. I didn't paint the muffler guard because I thought it would look weird, and then just touched up some of the areas where older bricks always tend to lose their paint. The deck I coated with ATF oil, pretty good stuff for giving it a shine and spiffing it up a bit. I decided on not to paint the lower half of the bar because, well, I don't want this mower to look like something that it is not, and there comes a point where it's just too much. I mean, I can't put words to it, but when I see something that's been really nicely painted all over, you just know that this is an old mower in a new coat of paint, and I don't want my mowers to look like that. But the plastic up here is horrible as well, and I don't know how well the camera can pick that up. Sorry about that. Battery light was flashing. No, the plastic here looks pretty weathered. It's more dark gray than black. And for this, I want to try my homemade concoction of 60% paint thinner and 40% boiled linseed oil. And apparently it has to be boiled. I don't know why, but it has to. Now, of course I've seen this trick on YouTube. I mean, who doesn't learn from YouTube, right? But I cannot remember who showed it to me or on whose channel it was. So I do owe someone a thanks here, because this is good stuff. Of course, you want to check that your plastic can handle paint thinner, but this here will make it look really nice. It doesn't make it look new, it just makes it shine a bit. If you want to try this out for yourself, one thing about linseed oil and rags that are drenched or soaked in linseed oil, they can ignite. Some chemical reaction happens and they get really hot, and they can start a fire. So make sure that you dispose of your rags correctly, which is either put them in your fire stove and burn them right away, or soak them in water. If you soak them in water, they will not catch fire, but do be careful. Now, I don't know again how much the camera picks this up, but it actually makes this look really nice. I mean, not new, but maintained. And I think that's the look I'm going for. But I have to say, this little mower here has been fighting me quite a lot. When I took off the muffler, of course I broke a muffler bolt. So at least when I talk to myself or the camera, I tend to call the mowers a she name, and when they put up a fight like this one has, I give them a nickname, and I think Fighting Fiona would be a good name for this one. Silly, I know, but hey. Alrighty, that was about it. We just put the cap on this stuff. The only thing about the linseed oil and paint thinner mix, it stinks. It doesn't smell very well. So, but it does make things look nice. If you put it on painted surfaces, be careful that the paint can handle paint thinner. But other than that, I think we are about to call this mower done. She's ready to go. I mean, I'm still amazed. 30-year-old mower. The engine runs great. The deck is, of course, there are spots. I mean, everybody has spots, but but it's and it is surface corrosion, but there is no corrosion similar to what happens to a deck made out of steel. So yeah, I think this mower is ready to work at least for another century. Sorry, decade. I get those mixed up from time to time. So hopefully I'll see it back here in 10 years, and we just do the same thing to it, and it'll live another 10 years. This has happened before. My record is I think it's 50-year-old mower. It runs on its third engine, so it's quite amazing. They are durable. Okay guys, this was my attempt at making a video with English speak, or at least my version of English. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would care, you could leave me a thumbs up or a comment. I'll take those. I try to answer every comment I get, and thumbs ups are always nice when you do YouTube videos. Okay, that's it for this one. I hope everybody is trying to stay safe. Use your masks, you know. Keep that distance, and hopefully we can get through this COVID-19 stuff soon, because it's starting to get to me, like I think everybody else. Until there's another video from Hobby Motor, please take care.